What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Game of Thrones Kingsroad video. Alright guys, if you haven't done so, go sign up now. This game looks absolutely incredible, and we got our first sneak peek and actual gameplay from the developers, not just another gameplay from another player. So we're going to take a look into that, check out the graphics. This one's a little bit more fine polished, fine tuned, and looks incredibly well done. So very excited. So again, this is gonna be a regional closed beta, guys. US, Canada, Europe is involved, January 16th to January 22nd PST time. Sign up now. You guys can see here there's a sign up button. It will be for Windows and iOS, and then of course go to the official site to see more about this, but you should definitely click this button, guys. Get yourself in there, put as many emails as you need, and hopefully you get it. Plus, if you are in the beta test, you are going to get a reward as well too right here, and you must be 17 years or older to participate in this event. Mobile participation is available to Android devices only, unfortunately. Yeah, iOS is not involved. So if you are going to want to play this game, you definitely want to try this out on Windows if you don't have a Android phone. Okay, so click on that button, guys. Join the official Discord if you like as well too. The official Discord is starting to become very active, and it's right over here. I will put it in the description of the video, but it is going to want to be one of those games I think that it's going to pop off, and for right reasons. So let's take a look at the actual trailer and see what it's all about. So this is it right here. I just subscribed to the channel, Game of Thrones Kingsroad gameplay sneak peek. Let's take a look at the trailer, kind of break it down, dissect it, see what it's all about, and hopefully get hyped, because this looks pretty damn cool, man. All right, so without further ado, guys, here it is. You guys can see, first off, before we go into it, HBO, Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, so two big powerhouses are in fact funding this game. So it is coming through Netmarble as the developer, and as you guys know, I cover Netmarble games. Solo Leveling Rise, the main game on my channel, so I'm pretty confident in that this game will actually deliver as it should for the first time ever as a Game of Thrones game. Finally. So there it is right there. There's the wall, obviously, right? We are in the north. Clearly, Castle Black is here. And a lot of this story is revolving around you being a low noble house with a bastard child, and you are that bastard child. You get to choose a class. If you haven't checked out my video about the actual game, you can go check it out. There are three classes: a knight, a sellsword, and a looks like a rogue or an assassin. And essentially, you get to choose one of those classes, pick a female or male, create your character, and then from there, you are off to the wall to help your uncle. And you realize that there's clearly dangers beyond the wall, not just wildlings, but something more dangerous with whites and daywalkers. And your role essentially is to travel through Westeros and unite all the kingdoms together to fight against the imminent dangers that is beyond the walls, right? And that's kind of what it is. Now you guys see Netmarble is a developer. All right, so a couple things here. This is one of the characters right there. So I'm going to go back for a second. This is actually one of the characters that you get. It's very quick here, a quick show, but this show more obviously. There it is. This is a sellsword version of the character, so like almost a two-handed berserker. Think of like a warrior with two-handed axes. It mainly does DPS, right? And then this is obviously somebody else in there. But you guys can see the action is in fact action RPG, right? And there's elements to this game that are going to be completely manually played, guys. There's a game, and there's a back attack there. You guys can see there's an assassin. Let's go back for a second. Let's just look at a couple of these real quick, okay? So this right here is, let me go back here again. This is the Berserker class. That there is the Knight class. You guys see it's a longsword, so that Knight class has a crossbow and a longsword, right? It looks like a knight. And there's the Assassin class, right? You see dagger toss, a couple different dagger attacks. Here's obviously House Tyrell, right? And look how well this is done. Look how well this is done. She looks exactly as the actress does in the show. This is incredible. Like, this is a mobile game, guys, right? And mobile games are going up and beyond what anyone's expectations are ever going to be, and I think they're just going to continue getting better. It's incredible.
But you gravely underestimate the game we play.
I see it's a little bit of an open world as well, so you get to, do puzzles. There's a lot to explore. You essentially get to do, there's another puzzle right there, right, which is really damn cool, because I love this kind of stuff. When you can put together a game where there is exploration, puzzles. Think of like Lord of the Rings, Shadows of War, right? Very similar to that kind of concept. And you get to explore. There's a board there for quests. There's more quests. Look at this. You get a mount. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Like the landscape, the birds, the trees, everything. Like this is obviously this is not in the north anymore, right? This is, there's the north right there.
Balance.
The various environments. Look at that. That looks incredible, guys. So big ups to Netmarble for doing this. This is the kind of game we've all been waiting for when it comes down to Game of Thrones.
Count your blessings, Northerner.
There's the classes again, fighting. We'll go back and explore the classes a little bit more. There you guys go. It does say iOS over here. You guys can clearly see that, but right now it is not part of the actual closed beta testing will not be part of the iOS. So I'm really hoping I get into this, guys. This game looks incredibly hype. So let's go back for a second and take a look at some of the crazy features. So first off, let's look at the classes, because you guys can see a couple different things about the classes that are going on here. And if you guys haven't done so already, actually, before I look at the classes, you guys can go to the official site here, and you will see they actually do break down the classes a little bit further. So there's Knight. Oh, it was an assassin. There was an assassin. Okay, so it's Knight, and you guys can see a little bit more about what the Knight's all about, like, right? And then you can see what the sellsword is about, and then you can see the assassin. And if you haven't checked it out already, I've actually put out a video that shows like a 44-minute gameplay. I did 15 minutes of it, but you can check out the original video. It shows you the create a character screen, the intro of the story, gives you guys a full breakdown of the gameplay for the first 44 minutes, including cutscenes where you meet Jon Snow, etc. Right? So it is extremely immersive when it comes down to the world of Game of Thrones and Song of Ice and Fire. It is following the HBO show, though. Okay, that's why you see HBO's a big seller on this one, because it's their show that's being kind of looked at, not the original books, not the Song of Ice and Fire books. Although there is obviously an element there because they kind of go hand in hand. But once you get further past the books, the HBO show does definitely take control, and all the characters from those shows, the major characters like Jon Snow, etc., are all in it, right? So they do cover major events like the Red Wedding, all that stuff within the actual story. And if you go back to the main game right here, and you want to see like the game overview, it actually does talk a lot about like Stannis, for example, the Frozen Lands, the Red Wedding. It does talk about Robert Baratheon dying. So there is a lot going on here, and you guys can see the major houses here: Stark, Lannister, Baratheon, Tyrell, and Greyjoy are all there. And it's cool because it gives you the map and their locations. And as you explore this, the lore, it kind of gives you a general sense of what this game is all about. And that is, like I said to you, it is you banding together with some of the major characters to bring word of the wildlings attacking, as well as the whites and the daywalkers, right? Or the White Walkers, sorry, daywalkers. Well, the White Walkers coming through, and they're pretty much coming in to take over, right? And nobody believes you because everybody thinks, of course, that White Walkers are a fairy tale created to scare children. So that's part of the lore. And your job as a lowly nobody right here, housed here, is to go in and spread the word. So that, I think that's a really cool concept to have, because at the end of the day, we know how the Game of Thrones world works. If you've been a fan of the show or the books, you know that it's all about deceit and all about power. And everyone is, the only thing people care about that really matter is the Iron Throne, right? And this is in the beginning. If you watch the first like 15-20 minutes of the trailer of the gameplay video I put out, you'll see that the main character, whoever you create, is in the thick of it all and sees the creation of whites and the daywalkers, and is instantly immersed in that world and understands the actual real dangers, not the importance of the Iron Throne, but the fact that the White Walkers are actually coming. And it's really cool to have that, because it gives you a sense of purpose and puts you in the thick of like your character's actual fear. And they do such a great job with the environment, the actual White Walkers, the whites, and everything about it. You guys should really go check it out. I think you'll really like the video. And there's actually a really cool boss fight as well too. And you guys can see here are some of the major players. There's Stannis. There is I forgot her name. She's obviously the major player in the Tyrell group, and then of course Cersei there. Why do I forget her name? Man, I don't even know how I forget her name. But you guys can see here, open world, see Westeros like never before. You guys can see again, we saw some of this here. You guys, there's towns, there's training, there's exploration. Again, we saw some of this in the trailer already. But this is one of the scenes here in the beginning of the White Walker one. Actually, it looks really cool. But look at this environment. There's deserts, right? You're gonna meet the Dothraki. You're gonna probably meet Daenerys. You know what's interesting is they actually haven't shown Daenerys. They did show a dragon in one of the clips, which could have been Drogo. So we know he's actually grown, but they haven't shown Daenerys in any of the actual clips of it. Right. So look at the combat. right? It's completely action RPG. There is no auto, just so you guys are aware. Currently, at least it's not planned. There is no auto, but there's the different classes, right? The different systems. There's the assassin, which looks actually really, really cool. Now, you start off with very little access to combat skills, but as you develop those skills, you get new moves. There's going to be a tree probably. I would imagine there's going to be a tree, and the combat will actually flesh itself out, and you'll see more of the uniqueness in each of these. So there you guys go. Please go sign up to beta. I really, really hope I get in. Game of Thrones, Kingsroad on its way, guys. Official gameplay has been shown from the devs, and you guys can check out this site as well. I'll put it in the description. I'm super, super psyched about this. A lot of good games coming out in 2025, guys. It's going to be a busy, busy year. All right, folks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.